Here we are for a summer garden tour. I got kind of a late start with a garden. Never really been into gardening, but researched it a lot last fall, built these beds after cleaning things up. But then with the busyness of travel baseball and everything else with the kids, the boys, didn't have a lot of time to start the garden. I didn't even know if I was going to do it, but the end of June, I got motivated. So it was a late start. So that'll be reflected in a lot of these plants and why I bought a lot of them. But it's all about the process, right? Even if they don't all bear fruit, at least, we've learned some stuff. So first is what I call stream beans. These plants here, the official name is snap bean. And they're growing right along. I picked them up at Ocean State, I think, right out front. This is a big broccoli plant that I got at Hannaford. It's gotten a lot bigger. And then these two broccoli plants, Sarah sowed as seed in boxes near the house, so I transplanted them here so they can be with a big brother. This is getting a little bit of infestation. It's just too bad. I might have to put something over it, but not sure what it is. These are squash. Kind of funny story. I didn't realize it was just a pile of dirt, and Sarah had planted some squash, and I made this bed out of that dirt. And she said later, hey, I planted squash, but they ended up coming up anyway because the bag of seeds was still in the dirt. And then they all came up together, so I thinned them out, moved one over. We'll see how they do. Right, here they are. This is a green pepper plant I picked up, I think at Lowe's maybe, not sure. Been to so many different places. It's coming right along. No peppers yet, but it's looking pretty good. Something eating the top of that too, but the rest of the leaves look good. Now these tomato plants I picked up at Aubuchon in Waterville. Some cherry tomato plants, and then this is a beef steak tomato. Some fruit starting on some of them. Closer to the trellis here we have peas. Chipmunks are eating a lot of them near the ground, but it looks like they've gotten high enough where the chipmunk can't reach, so they should be fine. Some marigolds in here because I guess that helps with tomato plant infestation to have marigolds nearby. And now we have my corn. I sowed these directly in the ground as seed with seed packets I bought at Lowe's in the end of June. So just put them in the end of June and they're already popping up pretty well. Let's get a low look at those. Transplanted one over here that was somewhere else, and it's coming right along. So I don't know if we're going to have enough time with the short Maine growing season. They did go in late, like I said, the end of June, but it's all about the process. Maybe by the end of September, early October, before the first frost, get some corn off of these, but I'll keep you updated. In between the corn, we have carrots starting to sprout. Sowed those as seed, and I've thinned them out pretty extensively. We'll see how they do in between the corn here. There's another row of carrots you can barely see there. All right, and in the final bed, let's start on this side. More tomato plants. These ones Sarah got somewhere else a month or so ago. They were also small, not much taller than the first rung, if that, of this cage, and now look at how tall they've gotten. Starting to bear fruit. There's a big tomato in there. Got the marigolds again, and some lettuce I put down. Tried and thin it out, and it's looking a little rugged, but I think it'll get a little better looking. And then all the radishes, the radish patch, they're almost ready to harvest. You can see down in here maybe. Yeah, it's getting pretty big, but I'm gonna leave them go a little bit longer. Then once I take those out, I'll have space to do even something else with that area. Right here we have cucumbers under the trellis, 3 plants. There were 6. Well, there were more, but I had it down to 6. Then I couldn't decide which other ones to kill because you have to give them space, at least a foot to 15 inches. So I took 3 more and transplanted them over in this last night. And they look to be doing good. Hopefully they come along and have enough space to grow because I really didn't want to get rid of any of them. They're all looking good. And so that's the cucumbers. And finally, we have this banana pepper plant, sweet banana. And as you can see, the leaves have really taken a hit. I cut off a bunch of leaves that were getting chewed up. The remaining ones are doing okay. I put some spray on it, insect organic spray, and I think it helped. But even this nice big pepper that's come in, where is it on here? Up here, right there. You can see there's some issue with the pepper. If I can clear it up. So I don't know. We'll see. Just all about the process, like I said. More lettuce over here in the shadows, and another nice tomato plant. There you have it, little sitting area.